Good afternoon. It's May the 4th. It's still May the 4th. This is a little park called Mammoth Springs. It's actually in Mammoth Springs, Arkansas. It's right across the hill from where we're living. But it's a natural spring. It's kind of hard to see, I'm sure. But this thing flows. Well, it never stops flowing. It's a natural spring. The water comes from out of the earth. I forgot how many thousands of gallons per minute apparently that this thing pumps out of the earth. But they say that there's so much water coming out of here, and the average temperature in winter and summer is 40 degrees. But they say it never freezes. No matter how cold it gets, it never freezes because the water is constantly flowing. It's a beautiful little park they've made here, but this is actually the spring that you're seeing now. And it feeds, it's the beginning of the Spring River that runs down through Arkansas. I don't know how far it goes or what river it actually dumps into, but it's a beautiful little park they've done here. And you can have a shot of some of the water, the rushing water that's going over, like a little dam they built there or something. You can kind of get a good shot there, but it's a beautiful little park, and they have little festivals and all here quite a bit. It's just a really nice park. There's a little bridge that actually goes over where the rushing water comes down. You can see someone walking, and they got trails that actually go all the way around it. And on the other side over there, which I'll take you over in a few minutes, you can actually fish. Now I don't know how good the fishing is, but just past the springs, past the highway, is where a lot of people do a lot of trout fishing. Apparently it's really big in trout fishing up here. They actually have a hatchery, and they put a lot of trout in here. And a lot of people come here from all over the country to trout fish. If you like trout fish, it's a great area to come trout fish. Small place, not really commercialized, so you know, it's just beautiful. And I think there's actually a swimming hole on the other side where a lot of kids, I've actually seen kids over there last summer swimming. But it's beautiful. And there's another shot of another little, that's two little dams that come off of here. And you can see the rushing water coming off of the little dams out of the spring here. Sorry about the shakiness, but it's kind of hard to focus in there. I want to get a real close-up shot. It's just a beautiful area. And I know my grandkids are going to love it up here. My son, he loves to fish, so do I, and so do my wife. In fact, I'll tell you a story a couple years ago. Before we got this place, we were in northern Alabama, up by the Tennessee-Georgia line. We were looking at properties up there before we found this area. And my wife has never, ever wanted to go fishing with me, because she went a couple times when I think we were just dating or whatever. We had just met, and she never caught any fish. And it was hot. Of course, we were in Florida, and she was like, she didn't want to go because she said, I never catch none. It's too hot. I don't want to go. Well, anyway, I talked to her into going into fishing in northern Alabama, and boy, she caught more fish than I did. And now I can't stop her. Every time she goes fishing, she always out catches me. And so now every time she thinks about it, she wants to go fishing. She sees water, she wants to go fishing. And that was one of the things she said when she got up here. She wanted to do a lot of fishing. I said, well, we got a lot of work on the homestead to do. She said, well, there's always time for fishing. So she's turned into quite a fisherman. Anyway, I'm going to cut it off here, and I'm going to actually drive over to the other side. This is a little observation deck. I'll get a shot of it when I go back out, that they built where you can actually go up and overlook the spring. But it's just a beautiful area. All right, be back in a second. Okay, here's the observation deck. And one of the things I forgot to mention, and I actually haven't explored it all, but I've drove around it before, but a little farther back up the other way, they actually have a big park with picnic tables and shelters and quite a few other things for the kids on the weekends that you can go out and actually just enjoy a day and relax and have a good time. They have swings and slides and all that stuff. But this is a great little observation deck that you can actually look out over. All right, I'm gonna drive over to the other side now. Well, I'm over in the park area where a lot of the tables are and stuff like that. I'm not sure what this whole cannon is. I've seen it before, but I've never actually paid any attention to what it was. Let's see what it is here. See if we can get a good shot of the big gun. I don't know if you guys can read that or not. Let's see. So you guys that like guns, this is a big gun. Again, this is just some more shots of the little park. It's a small state park, but it's a really clean, really clean, nice park. Place you want to bring your family. You don't have to worry about any young kids out here drinking and loud music and who knows what else is going on. Let's see. There's another side. In their own words. Old Soldiers Reunion. Again, I hope you guys can read some of this. When I focus, I don't know what's actually getting in there and what's not getting in there, if the words are clear or not. Doing the best I can here. So again, I'm not really used to this camera. My wife does more of this stuff than I do. So I'm just an old redneck. Give me some tools, I'll build you something. Give me a camera, I really don't know what I'm doing. All right, well, we'll get some more shots of I call it a pond. It's not a pond. It's, like I said, it's the overflow from the spring, natural spring, and it comes down into a little pond area. But they actually have paddle boats and stuff here. So in the summertime, you see quite a few people out on the paddle boats. Again, I saw a lot of this last year. I never actually really came into the park, but I would drive by and I'd see a lot of this stuff. So, wildlife. Just walk up on some ducks. See how close I can walk up real slowly before I scare them off. Cool, they're not scared. I reckon they're used to people feeding them. Actually, a couple of them look like baby ducks. Again, I don't know the difference in ducks, but they're different colors. That one looks like me over there taking a nap. And actually, if you look through those trees over there, you can see that area I was talking about, the picnic areas and the park area where they had the playground and stuff for the kids. And there's where they have the paddle boats and stuff. And there's like an old train depot over there. This place was well known for the old trains years and years ago. Oh, more ducks. There are ducks all over this place. I can actually see them on the other side. Oh, taking a nap. Yeah, and there's another little shot of the old train. I think it's like a little museum or something or another. Again, I've read some of the signs briefly, but I never really paid a lot of attention to them. You can see some little, looks like little kayaks or something up on a rack. I don't think those little park areas opened up yet. But you can see an old caboose and stuff like that. And then you can actually see more of the park up through the trees there. Park area. One day I'll get up and I'll actually hopefully get the grandkids up here and go up and get some video of the grandkids playing in the park. In fact, my wife took them to a birthday party on Saturday for a friend of ours whose daughter just turned a year, and they had it at a petting zoo. And she actually texted me some pictures of them with the animals, which was so funny. They'd never been around chickens or anything, but they caught chickens. They actually caught them because the chickens were not scared of them, came up to them. And she texted me pictures of both of them. They both had a rooster in their arms holding on to it. And then she texted me one, they couldn't catch the ducks. The ducks ran too fast, they couldn't catch them. Now again, they're 3 years old. They've never been around those kind of animals. Dogs and cats, that's it, and birds at home. But they've never been around farm animals. And then there was a couple of pictures that she sent me. She texted me that they were playing with the baby goats, which I thought was pretty cool. But she said they had a ball. They took a pony ride, and she said, actually my grandson got a chance to milk a cow and actually grabbed a hold of one of the teats, pulled on it, and milk come out, and it surprised him that milk came out of it. So I wish I could have been there, but unfortunately I had to be up here to get this stuff done. I'm gonna walk on around and see what else we see. Here's some more signs that are actually describing more of the park and what it's about and how it got here or what it is, and hopefully you guys can actually read it. I'll try to stay on it as long as I can, so hopefully you guys can read it. I'm a slow reader, so it would take me a while to read this, but hopefully you guys can read it. And this one actually has a map of pretty much the park, the state park. It actually is a state park. Again, if you guys are ever in this area, stop in. It's really, really nice park, really quiet. And there are actually 4 of them here. Let's see what the other ones have to say. This is the one that tells you how much water comes out of the spring. I'm going to go in enough so we can actually read it. Oh, I was wrong. It's a millions of gallons, not thousands. I knew it was a lot of water that came out of it. 55 degrees. There's a lake catfish in it. And there's some more shots of